So, my story is pretty simple. I was doing not well in high school, and I always wanted to work for myself, never for someone else. I just couldn't bear the thought of it. I did 1.5 years in McDonald's. After that, I did pizza delivery for a year, and I realized that that's something I don't want to do. I realized that I will work for myself no matter what. And one day, my father offered me an idea to open our own HVAC company. At that time, I was a pizza delivery guy, and it was just an idea. Like, he just casually said that. He was like, maybe potentially one day. At that time, I quit from that work. I've been working since 15 and I've quit. When I was 17, I went into HVAC because my dad was doing it. He asked me, do I want to try? Just to try. And I was like, well, I should give it a try. Mind you, I wanted to be a rapper at that moment. But how I said yes was not just by my father asking, it was a coincidence of a lifetime. Two of my friends, Serge and Nikita, call me a week after my dad asks me the question, and they say, hey, yeah, can you imagine we do the same thing your dad does? And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And they were like, do you want to join? Do you want to try? They had 2-3 weeks of experience at that time, and I was like, oh, why not? I can always quit. Well, I didn't quit, and I went through one hell of a journey, learning a lot of stuff, immense amount of knowledge, especially after I went to open my own HVC company. It's not just me, it's a family owned business. It's me, my dad, my sister, and my mother. And we all have a function in this great machine of business. And we've been into it for 2 years. I've been a CEO of a HVAC and a plumbing company here in Sacramento. We're micro business. Apparently, that's what we categorize as a micro business. It doesn't sound all too impressive, but it's what I wanted. It truly is what I wanted. The work is hard. It's very hard. You have to think, you have to provide for yourself, for your business, and for your family. You have to find the ways to earn money. You need to utilize your skill. Before that, you actually need to have a skill. I have a picture from, I'm not sure what time, but basically from 7 years ago, from one of the projects I did in the HVAC company I worked first. I worked for a small contractor. They've been into business for 20 years. And it was just two of them. They had 2 reviews. And they decided to expand. Hired us, goofballs. Me, my friend Serge, and my friend Nikita. I'm not gonna speak much on that experience, but I'm just gonna say that it wasn't what I expected. It's important. It wasn't what I expected. And the job itself is very hard. But when I started working for them, I would work in new construction and I would learn a lot. And especially, I was able to see the house, the framing, without the walls, without the insulation. I saw the register, the C-box, how the duct run would go, the straps, the mud, zip ties, the furnace, the outdoor condenser, line set, wire, low voltage, high voltage, disconnect box. I would see it all with my eyes. It really helped me to visualize this in my mind and understand how the system like that operates and looks. But it really took me about 4 years to actually understand something, to be able to say that, yeah, I know a little bit of HVAC. Now I have 7 years, on paper 8, because I also went to college, Sacramento City College, MET, Mechanical Electrical Technologies, and I have a certificate. I will show it to you one day. I finished 1 year from 2 years that were required to become a civil engineer, the most basic level of education. I worked with that small contractor for about 3 to 4 months, if I remember it correctly. And I've decided to quit. At the time, my father was in a different company, so I decided to try and go work in that company. I got to do an interview. When they asked me how much money I wanted, I said the bare minimum. I'm here to, start from the first level. And that company is where I've learned basics and more advanced stuff of installers. I was an HVAC installer for my entire career before opening my business, because after I opened my business, that's a totally different beast. First contractor was first level of knowledge. Second, big American company that would serve Sacramento area for 60, almost 70 years. That was second level of knowledge. And now third, it's working for myself and pulling permits, doing sales, doing troubleshoot, repairs, HVAC installations, heat pump water heaters, rebates. Now we also have a plumbing license, so we have C36 and C20 HVAC license. And now we're not just a seasonal business. With plumbing, you're needed all the time. And I think it's great. I want you to know that I didn't build my business alone. I did it with my family. I wouldn't be here without luck, without my family. But I really did a lot of stuff for this business. And every person in our family had a very important role, and still do, and always will. On this channel, I will be talking about running an HVAC and plumbing business, about my life in general. This is more goofy channel than, for example, my official Instagram page for the business. But I will be also uploading some stuff here. And if you are a person who wants to know something, or you want to learn HVAC, plumbing, construction, or business management, or maybe even sales, who knows what I will be making videos about, you can join my channel and we will go from there. I will try to make as much videos as I can. I want them to be entertaining, educational, because knowledge is the power. Practical, because knowledge is nothing without the practice. You can know everything. You can know every single detail in installing a water heater perfectly, but it doesn't matter if you either don't go and install the water heater, or if you don't share your knowledge. Without practice, knowledge is a good idea, but also it's one of the beams that hold true professionalism. I want my videos to be entertaining, educational, practical, real, authentic, and without because I am not a guru, I am not a grifter. I am not here to ask you to buy my course or open a drop shipping business, which I tried. Don't waste your time. I always wanted to do business. I always wanted to be someone. And I won't relax until I either succeed or, So on this channel I will be recording videos, funny, silly, smart, hopefully, videos about my life, about business, about reality of things. And if you really watched until this moment, and in general if you watched this video, I thank you. I am in the process of realizing who I am and creating a position for myself in this life and developing who I am, and I want to explore the world and I want to do whatever I want in the range of normal stuff. I'm not a crazy guy. Besides opening the business, I'm a normal chap. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for listening to my rambling, and that's it.